Hey, what's going on, friends? It's Jonathan. Welcome back to the JC production. I hope you guys are doing well. This video is going to be a little bit more serious than what you're used to, but I do feel like it's necessary. There's a ton of information out there about standard procedures, but I want to give you 10 tips on preparing your tech for bad weather. Before we begin, let me give you a quick background on myself in case you didn't know. I currently live in Orlando, Florida, and I've pretty much lived in Florida my entire life. I was raised in Brevard County, which is right there on the east coast of Florida. And if you're not familiar, just think about NASA. That was pretty much in my backyard. So with that in mind, I would say that I've dealt with my fair share of hurricanes, tropical storms, and just overall bad weather. I'm not a doomsday prepper by any means, but I am seasoned and have plenty of experience in storm preparation. The first thing is to make sure all of your electronics are charged. Anything that has a built-in battery, charge it. This includes your cell phone, your tablets, your laptops, LED lights, flashlights, anything that has a built-in battery. If you think that you've already charged it, charge it again. You can never be too safe. The second thing to do is stock up on rechargeable AA and AAA batteries. These are the most universal batteries out there, so it makes sense to have a large pile of them that are charged and ready to go. I use them for equipment and different things around the house. To charge them, I'm using something from a company that goes by the name of Brooklyn Labs, and it's called the RadCat. I honestly can't recommend this thing enough. It holds 12 AA batteries in a single caddy, and additional caddies can be purchased for storing and traveling with the batteries. You can literally use this thing with one hand since nothing requires locking outside of the top lid, which is easily opened with a small latch on the front. The caddy system is reversible and it's a drop-in design. To start charging, there's a small button that can be pressed that will either place it in charge mode or like a discharge mode to elongate the life of the batteries if you're just storing them inside the container. It could charge an entire caddy full of 2700 milliamp hour batteries in roughly about 7 hours. There's an easy to read LCD right at the top that's even great for reading at night. It's going to show you the progress of your charging, but also it's going to give you a breakdown of the battery life of each battery based on 6 different steps. The RadCat is extremely useful in storm preparation and in your everyday life. For more information on the RadCat, where you can purchase it, pricing, as well as anything else in this video, there's going to be links down in the description. The third important thing to do is stock up on external battery packs, battery cases, electric generators, and even solar power generators. While having a gas generator is definitely ideal and very important for powering things like your refrigerator and other large appliances, having an electric generator and these little battery packs are great for charging your electronics. Battery packs and battery cases are relatively cheap depending on where you're getting them from. I have a few from Mophie, like this 6000 milliamp hour one that plugs directly into the wall when charging. It offers 2 USB ports and a USB-C port. Plus, the top portion features a wireless charging pad. Mophie has a huge selection of battery packs and battery cases for phones. I highly suggest checking them out. They are on the pricier side, so I'm going to link a few Anchor ones that are more affordable down in the description, as well as these Mophie ones. If you're a photographer or a videographer or just do a lot of studio work with studio lighting, number 4 is going to make a ton of sense. If you happen to have V-mount or gold mount batteries lying around, these batteries typically feature a D-tap port on them, which is an excellent way to turn these giant batteries into battery packs. There's a ton of adapters and accessories on Amazon like this one here that converts the D-tap port to a traditional USB port for charging various devices. Plus, these large batteries can power studio lights, which definitely have rescued us a few times when we lost power for like a week. Number 5 is for people with small children. During the instances of bad weather, it can often frighten children, or if you lose power, they can become bored and then become agitated really easy. For this, I recommend picking up a few inexpensive tablets to keep on hand. That way they have something to do, whether it's watch a video or play some games. The Amazon Fire 7 is a very inexpensive tablet. You can pick up a couple of them, has pretty good battery life. I recommend grabbing a few, put some games on them in preparation, and then stash them with your emergency supplies. That way you have a couple tablets that you can help entertain your children with during the times of distress. So that way, in their eyes, it's not as hectic and you can focus on other things that are much more important at that time. Before we continue, I want to quickly talk about this video's sponsor, BitDefender. While preparing your tech from a natural disaster is extremely important, so is preparing your computers, your phones, and your tablets from a cyber disaster. With BitDefender Total Security 2020, you get a ton of features that not only make sure your personal information is protected, but also your hardware is running at its best. For me, I absolutely love that BitDefender is constantly scanning in the background. Whether it's my computer, web browser, or emails, it's constantly looking out for any possible threats. BitDefender Total Security 2020 is one of the lightest anti-malware applications out there, which means it won't hinder the performance of your computer and consume precious system resources. Finally, the built-in VPN is amazing for traveling and when using public Wi-Fi. Not to mention, you also get BitDefender Mobile Security for free with a Total Security subscription. Trust me, I understand if you're hesitant about buying something you just don't feel like you need, which is why I want to offer you a free 90-day trial to give it a shot and see if you like it. You can cancel anytime during that 90-day trial, and it's risk-free. This way you can experience what I've come to really enjoy these past few years. The sixth thing you can do when it comes to preparing your tech is to protect it. If you're like me and you run a home office and you have a lot of equipment, you have a lot of gear and just expensive electronics, you need to protect those. I mean, even if you have renter's insurance, homeowner's insurance, or business insurance, the process of going through, making a claim, and getting replacement equipment is a pain, which is why I recommend picking up a few of these. These are hard cases from SKB. Each case is made of really strong reinforced plastics with either a custom foam insert or removable Velcro inserts. These cases not only provide drop and crush protection, they're also water sealed. I have one for my camera gear, one that includes a backpack that I can customize for other items, and then I have this large one for my iMac Pro. The fourth case I have is from Jason Cases, and it's a custom case for my Red Epic W. These cases make it easy for travel when evacuating, or I can place them in the center of a room with the least amount of windows to ensure that they stay safe. This leads me to number 7, which is move all of your electronics off of the walls and away from any windows. If for some reason you can't do this, then you can always get tarps from Lowe's, Home Depot, and Walmart, and then tape them over your expensive electronics and furniture. Just make sure that there's no areas for water to pool, just in case water does get into your home. Number 8 is for people with smart doorbells and motion sensing cameras. If you're going to be in a storm that is going to produce a lot of wind and things are going to be blowing around, I highly suggest that you either turn the motion sensing off or decrease the sensitivity. That way your phone doesn't receive as many alerts. The more alerts that your phone receives, the quicker the battery is going to die. Number 9 is to make sure every phone in your house has a weather app and a news app installed on it, including your kids, just in case your own battery dies. Now for iOS, I use Apple News and the Weather Channel. For Android, I use Google News and Weather Bug. These apps I found to be sufficient with keeping up with the latest reports, plus they're free. Finally, the last thing I recommend is right before the bad weather starts, put all of your electronics in airplane mode and make sure you're connected to your Wi-Fi network. Most carriers these days have some form of Wi-Fi calling and texting, so you're still gonna be able to maintain communication with all of your loved ones. And you can also use Wi-Fi to keep up to date with the latest information regarding the bad weather. There's no reason for your phone to be searching for a cellular connection if it doesn't have to. If you happen to lose power and your internet, then you can enable the cellular radio again, but in the meantime, it's best to just conserve more battery. Well friends, that does it for this video. I know it's a little bit different than what you're used to, but hopefully you're able to take some things from this video and apply them if you're ever in this type of situation. If you have anything to add to this list, leave it down below in the comment section. If this video helped you out, consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content just like this, and I will talk to you wonderful people in the next video.